Here's a nice Squir Perscision Bass, beautiful color. Been around for a while. Thing is, it's buzzing on the upper registers, and very nice sounding bass. The neck is straight. The frets look fine, so you got to be gentle because this is being a maple neck. Everything shows up on maple quite quickly, and there's no forgiveness, so you have to use guard. There's really no drop off coming from the 12th fret down on an angle. I've filed it with a drop off in it, and that should resolve the issue. I've done the first 3 frets already. I'd like to mark this up. It's time consuming, as anyone who does frets know. We all have our own methods. Being I've done all the other prep work for this, I just took off the strings, laid them on the rag, and taped them together up at the top. And I'm cutting my angle in because there's not a lot of space on these frets to mess with these frets. I'm sure the owner doesn't want a fret job at this point. Really doesn't need one at this point, unless you start filing like crazy. But I'm going to crown them this way by hand rather than using a crowning file, because then I can take off less and focus more on the side. I want to take off much of these frets at all. This is a very fine file. It's not going to create a lot of cuts that have to be sanded out. Okay, when I get that V shape I'm looking for on the crown, I just come over and lightly hit it with 400 for now, and then I'll work it on up and grit. My thumb tends to conform to the crown shape, and just brush off any dust. Of course, some of the blue dust is going to get around the surrounding area, but a little lighter fluid cleaner or naphtha will take all that off quite easily. And just a little bit of very fine compound will buff everything out nicely for any fingerprints or whatever. Alright, so I take this, I've gotten the sides grounded off on my grinder. This is a small file, one I like. We all have our favorite tools for everything. I'm not a big fan of people who say you got to use this or you got to do it that way. I like to see the way everybody does things, you know. I say do it the way you feel comfortable, you know, unless you're obviously doing something quite destructive or whatever. Once you get into that rhythm of what you're doing, it's just a lot of meditation. Everything disappears around you, time ceases, and you're just happy at what you're doing. So yeah, if you have your way of doing everything, don't think you have to do anybody else's way. It's okay to try everybody else's way. You never know. You might find it more useful. I try many things I see on YouTube by other professionals, and a lot of times I don't like them. Other times I say, oh wow. But I hate when you go into the comment section. Yeah, you have to do it this way, at exactly a 31-degree angle. If you don't, they're gonna come for you, man. So, yeah, people just get wrapped up in being know-it-alls and think they got the end-all with their knowledge, and those kind of people are no fun to be around. Be who you are, enjoy what you're doing, and do the best job you can do, and everything will work out quite fine.